Welcome back to the Allen Misfit Toy Collectors. Dreadnought Ryan here, and PulseCon is right around the corner. It's going to start on September 22nd, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and no matter what Hasbro brand you're a fan of, there should be something for everybody, but the brand I want to talk about today, which is near and dear to my heart, of course, is G.I. Joe Classified. Just kind of walk through what information I think we might get, my predictions on what some of the pre-orders are going to be, and then of course what to expect for the rest of 2023 and into 2024. So let's go ahead and get into it. First off, I hope we get the shipping notice information for the HISS tank, the Haslab that we all just blew through all the funding on last year. We've seen all of the production samples for the HISS tank, as well as the figures. We've seen the box art for not only the HISS tank again, but for the figures as well. So hopefully we get to see that we're going to have these shipped and to us very soon. I'm hoping that we do get that update from the Joe team just on when to expect these items to get delivered. I think it's going to be great. Can't wait to see all the pictures for everybody. And then again, just waiting then for the 788 fighter team to be included. I've already got some space set up on my shelf to include this for a nice little dio. So, and then of course we do know that the Crimson Strike team is the PulseCon exclusive. So I do have to give credit to the Joe team for making this the type of con exclusive that you want to have. These are repaints of figures that we already have that have already been released. It's something a little bit different. It's not something that a collector has to have if you don't want it. But for some of us completists, we'll definitely order it. It's just nice to see that these are not what I would consider mainline figures that are getting stuck behind some of these conventions, which makes it a little bit difficult for fans to get a hold of without paying outrageous prices on the secondary market. Again, if you're not a fan of the Crimson, you can skip by this. We have seen the Crimson Viper, the Crimson Bat, of course, the Crimson Guard. So I think this is just a nice inclusion set. I know the G.I. Joe Collector Club did do something like this in the past as well. So I'm going to guess that this will probably be anywhere from $75 to $80 for the set. It does have a little bit of new tooling for the face for Baroness, but everything else is just a repaint from what we've seen. For the 5-figure pre-order mainline release, again, we know that these we've already seen renders for these particular figures, but I think this is what we'll be able to pre-order. Again, we're finally getting the Dreadnought team continue to get built out. We do have Zartan and Zorana. Now we're going to get Ripper and Buzzer, and we do know that Torch was one of the name reveals. So I think we'll see digital renders for Torch, of course, Jinx, and Retro Duke and Retro Scarlet, which will, I think, help fill out some of the requests for the more, let's just say 82, 83 retro style, more what we're used to for Duke and Scarlet. Of course, we did see Glenda from the Dragonfly Haslab, which will be perfect homage for Scarlet. So I just think that's nice that we'll probably get to see the renders for those. But as far as having these for pre-orders, I'm very excited. I do love the look of General Hawk. Make him look a little bit older. Of course, this is the version 2. Helix, another amazing figure that we had been introduced to later in the G.I. Joe comics. Of course, we did get this in the 30th and 50th anniversary as well, too. And then Shockwave, which has always been a favorite of mine. So can't wait to get these pre-orders. Of course, probably the ones I'm most excited about are the Dreadnoughts. Now, normally we do also get that deluxe figure or the figure with pet, and I'm going to go with the easiest, lowest hanging fruit possible. We've already seen the production sample of Mutt, but I think this is the item that we'll see here as well. Again, getting Mutt out means we'll see him with the Slaughters Marauders. We might even get some updates on that sub team as well. I'm thinking that might be more towards the 10/27 event, though. But I think Mutt and Junkyard, home run from what we've seen at San Diego Comic-Con. Love what they've done with both of these figures, and it's just nice to have another animal companion in the Joe line. Let's talk Walmart Night Force exclusive exclusives. Worst kept secret, of course, is Wolf Spider, the newest member of the Joe team. He's also joining Night Force. We've already seen these figures in hand. Again, worst kept secret with the last wave that we've seen for the Night Force pre-orders. I think these will be on 3 figures that we can order for these. Again, so we know that Wolf Spider will be one. Of course, then also big thanks out to Return of the Nerds Star Wars. We have seen the box art for Shadow Tracker, so this will be the second item that I think will be up for pre-order when Walmart's Fall Con comes out, when we're able to order these. I do think we might get an update on the date from the Joe team, because these will be available on Hasbro Pulse as well. That means for the third figure, we do know that these are repaints, so we could see Shockwave, which wouldn't be out of the norm, because we did get Bazooka and then Tiger Force Bazooka were both revealed in the past. But I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Outback, Night Force Outback. I know it's been a little while since we've seen that figure. We do have him in Tiger Force as well as the main line. And then, of course, we're seeing Tunnel Rat starting to ship as well, which was a mainline release, but hopefully we'll see him in the Night Force version as well too. So that third one is still up in the air. I think, in my opinion, any of those 3 would be a great choice to add to the Night Force sub team. Let's talk Target and Tiger Force and Python Patrol. So we do know that we did get this great figure, Copperhead, in the mainline release, and then we did see the digital render for him in his Python Patrol colors, as well as, I'm going to call this the Cobra Trooper, because we did get the Cobra Officer as well. We could see both of these figures, or we could see a Joe and Cobra figure. So I think this is the one where I'm probably the most unsure of. But if we do get the 2 Cobras, I think it will be cool. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be more of a 3-figure release. So we'll get, of course, Copperhead, the Cobra Trooper, and I'm going to make the call. It's going to be Tiger Force Roadblock. We could also see Tiger Force Triple Wire, but with him just being released in the main line and pre-orders happening for him, I think it's going to be easier to do a repaint of the Tiger Force Roadblock. So that's my prediction for those 3 figures. Again, the fall event for Target should be starting soon. And if you're not a fan of the sub team, it's just figures that you can skip, because again, they are repaints. Now, there's also the rumor out there that we should be expecting a Python Patrol vehicle. The last vehicle that we did get with the Tiger Force was, of course, Duke with the Ram Cycle. The Tele Viper has been released with the Trouble Bubble, which are already hitting. If you don't have it, I have mine. It's a pretty amazing little toy. So we could see the Tele Viper with the Trouble Bubble and Python Patrol, but I'm not sure if that's what they're going to go for just yet. My actual prediction is we are going to get a female Cobra Trooper Python Patrol with the bike that the Baroness came with for the Cobra Island. I know that's probably not what people want, but I just think it's going to be a bike item for the Target exclusive, just because we know the Trouble Bubbles have already started shipping. But if it is the Python Patrol Tele Viper with the Python Patrol Cobra Flight Pod, I think that would be cool as well too. I just think we might be reading a little bit too far into this. I hope I'm wrong, but just with seeing some of the stuff that we've seen in the past with the price points, I do think it's going to be a Python Patrol female trooper with a bike. Now, this brings me into 2024, and I'm hoping that we get to see physical copies or production samples of both of these items. These were revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. It was supposed to be the name only, but it was an oops. We showed you what the renders look like for both of these items. For the Vamp, it gives the Joe team so many options of bringing out newer versions of this item, whether it's the Vamp Mark II, the Stinger. You can bring out Heart Wrencher with her version of it for the Dreadnoks. And again, for the SMS or the MMS or whichever version that we have, of course, you can include a version 1 Hawk, which will help build out the rest of the OG13. But then you can also tow it behind the Vamp. The SMS for the Cobra version looks to fit more along with the Hiss tank. So I hope that we get just a little bit more information on it if we don't get to see some teases of production samples, but I don't think these items will be available per pre-order at PulseCon. I think this will probably be something we'll see after the 1027 event. If the Joe team does go to the convention that was in England last year. And so we'll probably not see these till late Q1 of 2024, till second quarter of 2024. But I'm going to predict these are going to be Hasbro PulseCon or Hasbro Pulse exclusive items. I don't think that we'll see these at retail. I think it gives the Joe team better control of these items to make sure that we're not seeing, a bunch of ordered and then canceled, different things like that, but also allow us to purchase vehicles at a price that's not too crazy. So those are my predictions for what we should get as far as PulseCon 2023. What do you guys think? I know that we normally will get some name-only reveals. I'm going to throw out just some crazy stuff. I think we get name-only reveal of Road Pig. I think we get a tease of another vehicle. And I think that's going to be, what vehicle could I want to see? Thrasher, Thunder. Yeah, I think we might see that, or possibly a Fang. A Cobra Fang, I think, would fit in for next year as well, too. It's a small vehicle. Maybe the Ferret, because then you could turn that into the Tiger Paw as well. But then again, as we move into 2024, name-only reveals, again, I think hopefully we'll hear Road Pig, but I also think they'll start to build out some of the remaining OG13 Joes, and then just start filling in some of the other ranks as well, too. Maybe Wetsuit, maybe Leatherneck, maybe we get to see Alpine, since we know that we are going to see Quick Kick, and we already have Bazooka. That's another figure that could be one of the pre-orders for a deluxe Quick Kick. So we also have Big Bola, that's a possibility. There's just a ton of different Joes out there that we're going to get teases on, and then hopefully get to see some of the digital renders for. But I think with as great a year as 2023 has been for the G.I. Joe Classified line, I think 2024 is going to be even better. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What figures are you most excited for? Are you just like me and you're hoping that we just get Dreadnoks over and over and over again? Or are there some other ones that you really want to see or hope that we see? Again, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the Island of Misfit Toy Collectors. Could not do this without you guys. You guys have shown some amazing support. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at on the island. And more importantly, yo, Joe. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Have a great one.